Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be reviewing and unboxing the Nank Runner Diver 2 headphones, and they're bone conducting headphones which are great for cycling. If you've watched the channel before, you'll see I probably have been wearing sometimes Aeropex headphones, which we'll have a look at too, just to compare the two. But it'd be interesting to see how good they are for cycling. They're not just for running and diving, obviously cycling is good, but they are waterproof, or should be fully waterproof, to at least be able to swim with. Not that I do an awful lot of swimming, but it's nice to know that they are fully waterproof and should be okay in heavy rain and things like that. Okay, so let's dive into these and see what's in the box. Okay, so here we go. Here's the box, and inside we have the headphones, which are looking quite nicely presented, and at first glance they do look pretty similar to the Aeropex ones I've got, and as I said, we will compare them later just for things like weight and usefulness. And as we can see, they have got an interesting shape, and I don't know whether the shape is actually sort of a shape that's made because of the internals in the headphones, or whether actually I'm thinking that maybe it helps prevent a little bit of air noise if you're cycling, having that sort of aero cover over your ears a little bit. But that'd be interesting to try out on the road. Okay, so inside the box we have got an instruction manual, which we can have a look at later. We've got ear sort of plugs or covers. There's 6 of them. There's 3 different sizes, and the idea is, if you wanted to, I guess, to prevent that air noise or wind noise cycling, you can put these in your ears as well. And if you're diving or in the water, you can use sort of waterproof earplugs as well to help. And we have a cable, and as you might be able to see, and as you can see, it's got a magnetic connector for connecting and charging the headphones. And that should, if I can find it, oh, there we go. Maybe if you put it the right way around might help. Yep, and that connects to the headphones like so. It's interesting though, it does seem to be quite easily moved, so it'd be interesting to see how robust it is when charging, or whether you come back and find it's been moved off its place slightly and you're not charging. But like that, it seems to be quite stuck in its place, which is good. Okay, so that's what's in the box. Let's actually see how they work. So on the headphones we have got just 3 buttons. The one in the middle, if you press and hold it for a few seconds, I can hear it vibrate into life, and we see the blue LED, and it's searching at the moment for a Bluetooth connection. And basically you've got a up button and a down button for sound, plus and minus, which will obviously increase the volume or decrease it. But there are more functions than that. It's also got a mic port, so you can use it as a microphone too, to answer calls or anything like that when you're out and about. The nice thing I like about these though is that it has got an internal memory, so you can put some music on in the form of MP3 files, and then obviously once that music's on there, you don't need to have a phone connection. So when you are swimming or something like that, you don't need to have a phone handy. So as you can see, that's the basic functions. They're quite simple. It's all run with those 3 buttons, but you can obviously increase or decrease music volume. You can play and pause. You can answer calls or hang up calls. You can switch modes in Bluetooth. So there's quite a lot of functions to the headphones. But obviously it's all very well and good seeing them on paper. How well do they actually work? Let's have a look. So these are my Aeropex headphones, which, as you can see, look a little bit lighter, a little bit less bulky, but obviously the Runner Diver 2 headphones are meant for swimming as well, so they're bound to have a little bit more body to them and waterproofness and rubber probably on the actual headphones to make them that more safe in the water. On the scales, the Aeropex are 25, the Nank are 32, so only a few grams in it really, and probably, I think, once on your head you probably wouldn't notice the difference. Okay, so I don't normally choose to write down busier, noisier roads, but for this test I am, and it's interesting to see that even with quite loud vehicle noises I can still hear what I'm listening to, but also, probably more importantly, I can hear cars coming up on my near side, like that. So despite quite a lot of road traffic, I can still hear what I'm listening to quite well. I haven't gone down any big descents yet where I might get more wind noise to see how well that's affected, but I have a good feeling that it might actually be a little bit better than the Aeropex due to the fact that more of the ear is covered with the headphone. The fit of the headphones is good too. It slots right nicely over my ear, and really once I've got it on with a helmet on and everything else, I hardly notice I'm wearing them. There's enough room at the back and it's not touching the helmet at all, and the glasses are just sitting on top of them in a pretty normal position. So fit and comfort is good. It's really easy to load music on to the headphones, because basically once you've plugged it into the USB port using the cable, it just acts like any other USB drive, and you just drag and drop MP3 files into the folder. And if you want to change what you're listening to, you just use the central button on the headphone up here to change from Bluetooth to the stored memory. Some of the buttons are a little bit fiddly because they're quite small. There's only, as I said, the 3 buttons, but after a few minutes of using them you gradually get used to what's what, and it's a central button which is the main one for changing music or stopping it, starting, receiving calls or anything like that. I did mention earlier on about how robust the connection would be with the magnet when charging, and it seems to be pretty good. It does get knocked if you're not careful, but equally you can move it around and it still seems to stay in position to keep charging the headphones. So I hope you enjoyed this video and review of the Nank Runner Diver 2 headphones. If you're interested in a pair, you can get a discount using the code ForestVelo. I think it's 15% if you visit nank.com. And one thing I was pleased about was the speed of delivery. And in the UK, when I was told I was going to receive them, about 3 days later I got them by Royal Mail. So it was a nice fast delivery. You're not waiting, I wasn't waiting for them to come from China or a long distance. So far so good. They have performed well and functioned as they should. I can hear them well in different conditions, whether there's traffic or not. It's quite easy to control them, and they fit comfortably, and as I said, hardly notice they're on. So it'd be interesting to see in a longer term test how well they perform in different conditions, and maybe how long or how good their robustness is and how long they last. Hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, so you see more content like this out on the channel. Until next time, bye for now.